The next major topic that we'll be discussing under supply chain performance or factors that are affecting supply chain performance is nothing but logistics. So what is logistics? All the things that are involved from a raw material to the end product, what all the processes that are being involved comes under logistics, right? Logistics is a vital part running a business smoothly. It is very, very important to have good logistics department to run your business smoothly. If there is no proper logistics department, what happens is your organization will be too confused, too messed up. You don't know where the goods are being produced, how much they are being produced, where they are going. Everything will be so messy. So it is very important to have logistics, a very build logistics into the organization. Like, it is all about carefully what we are doing here, planning, putting plans into action. See, not only I'm planning, but also I'm trying to put these plans into action. And what else we are doing here? Overseeing the smooth movement. See, I'm also planning, I'm putting it into action, and also I'm trying to oversee how these actionable items are being performed, right? So, and storage of goods and services and information. So when I see all these factors, when I see all these stages, it's very important what is happening to that particular product life cycle, right? So one product is manufactured and how it is planned, how it is going, where it is going, and how the payments are receiving, all these comes under logistics, right? Then from where things start to where they needed, logistics ensure things run efficiently. See, that's what we are talking. What we are doing, where things are starting and where things are needed, where they are going, everything this logistics will ensure to have it in a smooth and efficient manner. It covers many tasks, right? There are so many tasks that are being under logistics. And what are the tasks that we are ensuring here? Right? Ensuring products and services flow. That is the main thing. We need a products and services that needs to have in a proper and efficient manner. Like entire supply chain from the starting point where it needs to be used or where it needs to be consumed. It's the organized effort that keeps everything moving in the right place. See, when you talk about logistics, it is helping the organization to go with the business in a smooth and an efficient manner, from where the product is starting and where the product is ending. The entire tasks that are included in this product life cycle, or from start point to the end point. Start point is nothing but the supplier manufacturing the product. End point is nothing but customer using that product, end user. So all these chain, all these activities that are included in this life cycle comes under logistics. They help to have these functions or run these functions smoothly, right? So let's see the next. We have functions of logistics. What are the functions that we are having under logistics? First one is nothing but transportation, comes under logistics. Then we are having order processing. What are the transportation that are involved, where they are there, and how the products are being transported to the final consumer or also distribution centers. So order processing. What is order processing? When you use the transportation, when you receive an order, right? So that order processing we are talking about. Whenever I receive an order, my products will start getting into the transportation and going and reaching to that their final destination, right? Then we are having warehousing. From where it is going, from where these orders are going, from your warehouse, from where inventory is being transported, from your warehouse. And then packaging, distribution and inventory management. All these are interlinked with each other and how it needs to be transported. There should be a proper packaging. If there is no proper packaging, the product quality can be destroyed in transportation. So your order needs to be there, inventory needs to be properly maintained in the warehouse, and also the packaging and the distribution should be done in a proper manner. If not, the quality will be gone, and your transportation department should be very strong to take the product or to go in a proper and a systematic manner. Okay, these are the main functions of logistics, and very important functions play a vital role in your supply chain management. The next main important factor that we need to discuss under logistics is nothing but dimensions of logistics, macro perspective and macro dimensions. So this is one of the important and major topic that we'll be discussing. What are the dimensions of this logistics? Where and how it is going? And what are the factors that are involved in this macro level perceptions, perspectives and also macro level dimensions. So what they are having here, logistics is a complex and multi-factored field, right? What they are telling here, it is a complex. Of course it is a complex because lot of functions that are involved in this process. So, and also what they are telling, logistics impact and has a relationship with the economy. So remember this economy. So whenever you do something, whenever you start working with this logistics, it will affect the economy. In higher demand, you pay a higher taxes, you pay a lot of taxes, road tax, then service tax and then GSTs. All this helps to directly impact the economy, right? Then cost of business logistics is increasing. Of course, see, whenever there's a high demand, the logistics department also grows in a drastic manner. It also increases its efficiency. So what happened? The cost that we are inputting in logistics will also increase. Then percentage of GDP decreases. See, that's what we are talking. So whenever it is affecting directly to the economy, the GDP will fluctuate, right? Then transportation, largest percentage of logistic cost. See, again, when there is a higher demand, the transportation you use in a frequent manner. So what happens? The cost will increase and the transportation department maintenance also will increase, rising due to inventory management practices. So also the more number of orders, the more number of precautions that you have to take. So the more number of precautions, the more cost is involved. All these comes under these dimensions where macro level perspectives or macro level dimensions and how the logistics are maintained, right? Logistics add value to the product. You know, it is important where the product is going and how the product is going. Place utility, moving goods to points where demand exists. See, I want to deliver my products. Where will I deliver? Where there is a demand. If I deliver the product where there is no demand, who will be in losses? As an organization, I will be in losses because I'll be paying for the transportation, I'll be paying for the distributions, I'll be paying for the logistics, everything. I'm wasting a lot of money. Why? Because I'm putting or I'm sending my products to a place where there is no demand for that particular product. So you need to understand a good market research needs to be done where there is a demand for your product, from where the demand is coming. You need to understand and you need to focus on those particular areas only, right? Time utility, moving goods to points at a specific time. Time utility is nothing but if I need product today or if my product needs to be delivered today, it needs to be delivered today. The time needs to be utilized properly. I cannot tell after 1 year delivering the same product and tell that you placed an order so you need to take this product. The requirement, the need will change, right? So it is important when the orders are placed and how the orders are delivered, and this time utility is very important. It plays a factor, major role. Like the transportation department also, I tell the transportation department it needs to be reached in 30 days or 10 days to this particular location. It needs to reach in that time, having a grace time of 1 or 2 days. But if it is prolonging for a next month, entire 30 days, then the need for that particular product to the customer is gone, right? That is fulfilled by your competitors. So it's important to have this time utility on the point, right? Then allows for economic development and specialization, right? It helps to the economic development, and I can also increase or I can also get some subsidies and then have major government policies that are involved between each other, right? Affects land value due to increased accessibility. See, the more time that you are using that particular routes, land and also those places, what happens? It increases the or decreases the land value. Certain things are made or certain benefits are made. Imagine I want to start an industry, okay, manufacturing industry, and I'm doing it in the outskirts, the barren land. I'm taking a barren land and I'm started doing. So by that, what is happening, there are a lot of people who are getting employment. The employment is in the industry. What happens, the nearby to that industry, there will be a lot of development. Why? Because these employed people need to sustain in that market, sustain in that place. So what happens, there will be a lot of places, there will be a lot of shops that are opening and then all. So for those people, there should be some schools, colleges and all. So what is happening, due to one segment that you started, there are other people or other segments are also getting affected, right? That is also a part of your business direct and indirect impacts. The next topic that we will be discussing is logistic system analysis. These are the major points. Data collection. You need to have the data, okay, data of the product, where the product is being delivered, where it is being stored, how much inventory is being stored by the manufacturing units, and how it is being sold to the distributors, and what is the percentage that is being consumed by the distributors to the retailers and to the final end users, and what are the taxes that we are paying, what is our transportation departments that we are considering. So there is lot of people involved from one start of the product to the end of the product. So we need to have all of these data information. The collection of the data is very important, and doing the analysis of the data is also very important. So when you do the analysis, what will happen is where the sales are happening, where it needs to be improved, where the products are being damaged, which is it damaged at the retailers, is it damaged at the transportation department, or is it damaged in transit. All of these needs to be considered. So when you consider all of this, you have a clear picture how you have to deal with your product, right? Then we are having performance metrics. When the good is produced, how it is performed, how the end level performance is there, that is nothing but performance metrics. Just like what all we discussed, that also comes under performance. Each level performance needs to be considered, and also do a deeper analysis. Benchmarking. So you have a standard rules and regulations that you built, and those needs to be met by your working people or working things. So you are send the products in such way, you already have a benchmark. There is an industry who is doing it at a 99% accuracy. You should also meet that benchmark. You should also meet those strategies. You should also work on those strategies and try to get the efficiency in your performance. It is majorly very important how you are having your benchmarks and what improvements needs to be done. If there is no benchmark, you will just go randomly, okay? So you will not have a greater impact. But if you have a benchmark, you have a target that needs to be, you have a goal that needs to be achieved, right? So you need to have a benchmark, and through that benchmark, you need to make certain changes in your organization and your working level. Then root cause analysis. When there is a problem, when there are issues which will happen as it is an organization and involved with a lot of process, procedures and people and products. So what happens is there will be some or the other issues. At that particular time, you should not panic, but also you should sit and find out what is the root cause. What is the problem? Where is the problem? Once you understand the problem, and also once you understand from where this is creating an issue, you have a resolution that can be brought in to that particular problem. If not, what happens is you will never be able to touch the root cause, and you will never be able to solve the problem from the start. Okay. Then cost analysis. It is also very important how much cost that is being involved. What are the taxes that are being involved? Imagine I'm producing a bottle. I cannot tell that purchase it for 1000 rupees because that is my manufacturing amount, and after profit also I need this amount for that particular bottle. It makes no sense, right? And the demand for that particular product will never happen. Why? Because it is too high. It is too high. Nobody can afford it, right? You need to have the product in such a way that it is being affordable by the customers. So the cost analysis needs to be done. You need to reduce your unnecessary cost and also maintain the product in a reasonable costing manner, right? And you need to work on the cost analysis at a higher level, or else you will be overpricing the product, okay, right? Then risk assessment. You should also understand the risk assessment. If I'm sending out some products in transportation, there is a high risk Okay, and what is that assessment? You need to predict that risk, and you need to forecast certain risk assessments, right? And how well you have to come out of that risk. Every business is having profits and losses risk factor. You need to have your team in such a way that you're ready to face those risks. Okay, then continuous improvement. See, whenever you talk about your organization, you need to focus on your continuous improvements. It is very important. Improvements needs to be done depending upon the need of the customer, depending upon people, or depending upon the competitors, the requirements, the conditions, all of these things. You need to understand how it needs to be changed or make improvements in your organization. You cannot stick only with the basics, or you cannot tell that I'll not change. You have to keep on improving your different levels. Maybe the product can be improved, maybe the logistic team can be improved. You need to understand where improvements needs to be considered. Then we are having communications and collaborations. Communications is nothing but how it is communicated to the final end user. You manufacture your product and you're not telling anybody how the sales will happen, how there will be a demand for your product. You should be in such a way that, like, it should be very important how communications are done, how advertisements are done, how it is being promoted, and how your collaborations with your distributors, suppliers, raw material suppliers, or with the people, with the government, with the policies, all of these needs to be maintained in a proper manner. Communications and collaborations are very important. You need to value them and also cherish them to have a good and functional business organization. Then we are having sustainability. Sustainability is nothing but where things can be improved, how efficient way you can use, like minimal waste, okay, then cost reductions, and then eco-friendly. All of these are nothing but sustainabilities where you have to follow certain ethical values as an organization and not destroying your nature or trying to reduce certain things, certain factors in your organizations. So this is the basic introduction completely of supply chain management and the key factors that are affecting the supply chain performance.